There we do see Crazymoving and Nony. Nony, one of the few Team Liquid players that we do have a nice image of. He's just too handsome, man. He's like,
so
alright,
serious.
you can have a picture of me.
It's like, you ask all the Liquid guys for a photo, and they're like, all right, we'll get it to you, Yes, Tyler for a picture, and he's like, here you go.
It's like, alright, you can choose between these, and these.
I'll send you my portfolio.
Oh, well, thank you, Tyler. Nony had that awesome, of course, that awesome series against Dark Force, the first play there, which was pretty much the surprise of the season. But then against Ryung, he was unfortunately not able to play from home. He played one map, but he said, this is just too laggy, and he couldn't continue to finish the series, which was very unfortunate. So Nony is 1-1 in the season right now, where I believe Crazymoving is 0-2, but let me double check that. Yes, he is 0-2. He lost against Ryung and Hero, so only lost against Korean players though. But I must say, against Hero, even though that's something that Hero does to people, but he did not look very good.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I didn't think that his ZVP was as developed as I had expected or I had anticipated. We'll see if he's able to bounce back and make it look better against the Liquid Nony.
I'm excited, man. Of course, Nony is our blue American Protoss on this left side of dual side, and Crazymoving is our Korean red Zerg on the right top side. Who's going hatch first?
That hatch first. I actually really like this, and I'm going to tell you why. Dual site. This is the Forge, Fast, Expand, or Die Try-In metagame. That's essentially what it comes down to. Dual site, one of the hardest maps ever to do that on, because there's so much surface area. There's so many ways to punish the Forge Expand on dual site. So you often see players doing these gateway first builds, these in-base gate builds, like one gate expand, and hatch first is just another good way of getting a little bit further ahead than if you had done something else. Tyler's going to scout this right now. He's going to be like, okay, he's gone hatch first, and I'm really eager to see what his follow-up's going to be. Will he expand? He's a guy that likes playing gateway expand already. Or will he try to punish it with a one base?
We'll see. Pretty quick extractor by Crazymoving though, so he's not going to try to get a ridiculous quick 3 braces up or something. It's just going to be 2 base for now, and then we'll see. His Overlord makes his way over to Nony's ramp, and he will get the confirmation that Nony is indeed building stuff at the top of his ramp. Nony starts chrono boosting his warp gate technology straight away, but he is on double gas. So what I'm expecting, Ben, is a little bit of gateway pressure, or maybe just one Zealot, and then he's just going to expand himself, I guess. But his economy is very weak right now, so I'm a little bit confused what he's going to do.
Yeah, only
one more gate, maybe. You think 4 gate double gas?
I have no idea, Kev. I am also confused.
I think he's just going to expand, but I think he's going to try to expand and at least put a little bit of pressure on Crazymoving. But that's going to be risky, because Crazymoving has really quick speed. So that also means that if Nony would walk out when he's trying to put on some 3 gate pressure, that probably his expand is going to be very exposed. And if there's a big group of speed links on the map, it could get very risky.
I feel like we had this conversation before, Kev, when he played against Dark Force on Ohana, because he did the same 2-gate expand build. We're like, oh, 2-gate expand, that's kind of strange. But this is kind of how Tyler likes to, or how Nony likes to open. And, you know, he's just sort of sitting back. He's got the Zealot and the Sentry, his probes on the low ground. We will be seeing him expand as soon as, I guess, these Zerglings allow it.
Yeah,
but
Crazymoving just going to try to be as annoying as possible, block the Nexus several times. He won't be able to block it one more time though. Then he would have ended up losing quite a few links, but straight away he's producing a lot more links, man. And he's going to try to put some serious pressure on Nony. So if Nony survives that, if Nony gets good force fields, he's going to be more than just fine.
It's going to be so hard though. There's going to be so many lings out in just a second. The Forge just having been started. Warp Gate's not done, Kev. He's not like Tyler can just
it's
warp
pretty
in
much
units.
It's ready right now, so he's going to upgrade the most speed. Is almost ready. Force field goes down.
Not a great force field. Sentry's being micro pretty well. The Force is another force field and lost the force field when that Sentry died. This next wave of lings is going to be so hard to hold. Oh my god, this next wave of lings might be impossible to hold, Kev.
Yes, indeed. One more Sentry being walked in, one more Zealot being walked in, but it's going to be really hard. So far, good positioning by Nony though, but as you said, so many speed links streaming in.
Lings just continue to stream in. Nony going to fall back and drop that pylon at the top of his ramp. That's at least going to keep the lings out for a while longer. He's only going to have 2 warp ins, and he needs them like right now. May have to cancel that Nexus. No, he warps in behind, so he's definitely going to sacrifice whatever's down in the natural. And it's just going to be, Sentry's tickling Zerglings to get. Cancels the Nexus, throws on a Stargate.
I mean, obviously this is really bad for Nony right now, but he's not super dead yet. Crazymoving did make a ton of units, and he's actually behind in workers, but of course he's going to be able to produce a ton of workers. Now you're going to need to force field Nony. That's exactly what Nony does. But I think, oh, that's a beautiful force field, man. He trapped so many links.
Yeah, he really did get a lot. Lings are going to pick off the pylon, but I don't think Nony cares because, well, he needed to take that pylon out eventually anyway. He does get the Stargate scouted, though.
The perfect force field there by Nony. If that force field would have been misplaced just by an inch, he would have been pretty much dead because he wouldn't have the additional force field to drop over here. So Nony playing with fire there. Now just a lot of drones being pumped out for Crazymoving. And yeah, as you mentioned, pretty important, he did get a scout off on that Stargate.
Tough spot to be in if you're Liquid Nony. As once again, Lings do come forward, and Nony not watching. A couple Lings do get in. They spot that the Stargate was canceled. Another force field is going to go down, but Lings are going to continue to work on the cyber core and the gateway and just everything. And Crazymoving just, he got a little bit of control when he sent the initial speedlings, and he just hasn't relinquished it at all. He's just continuing to push forward, even taking down that cybernetics core. And I don't know. I don't really think there's anything Nony can do, Kev.
No, not anymore. I mean, it was looking grim before, but now the night is dark and full of terrors. I've been watching too much Game of Thrones. There's not a single. I mean, this is going to be almost impossible. This is a very important pylon as well. He does those two gates are powered by something else. But actually, he's just going to drop the Nexus once more. So he's just going to try to expand. He's down 6 workers, but if he wouldn't have lost that core, if those additional links wouldn't have streamed up the ramp, I don't think it would have been all that bad. Now it's pretty damn bad. But
yeah,
he's gonna have a hard time killing off these Zerglings, because if he wipes in 2 stalkers, they could get surrounded.
Yeah, he's gonna just warp in a couple more zealots in his mineral line there. Finally, the cyber core finishes back up, so Nony can start to tech once more. The zealots even getting surrounded. Oh my God, these Zerglings. And this is perhaps why you don't see these gateway expands that often, because when you're forced to face this kind of speedling play, it becomes very difficult.
Yes, indeed. I don't really know what to say, but I'm a little bit speechless right now. Nony's going to try to clear up these links, but it's just if you look at the minimap, it just doesn't stop. More and more links streaming. One force field does go down for Nony, and he seems to stabilize a little bit, but the big problem right now is the economy. He's mining off 1 base for all this time. Drop a force field, Nony. You need to keep those sentries alive. And I think this time it's really curtains for Nony. All those Zerglings streaming, gonna get a surround off on these zealots as well. He might be able to warp in a couple of additional units, but
such a frustrating position to be in if you're Nony. Of course, you want to come out and set a good pace in the first game of the series like this, but he does finally surround those Zerglings, so this will buy him.
Sick force field.
Yeah, this will buy him some peace.
That poor Ling, man. The Ling can't attack anything.
I don't understand why it doesn't kill him. He's like crushed against the assembler.
Yeah. Why do force fields not deal damage?
Lings are like a. You know what a tick is? Do you have ticks in the Netherlands?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, it's like this little bug that like latches onto you and sucks your blood.
A bloodsucker.
Yeah, but like you can never crush them because they're like these little flat bugs until they get all full, and then they fill up and they get like big and round. They're really gross.
Kind of like a vampire pop.
Yeah, sort of.
Still a better story than Twilight. Crew starts being dropped by Crazymoving, a couple of roaches streaming in now as well. So now the problem for Nony is not Lings anymore, but it's roaches, and he just doesn't really have the DPS to deal with roaches. A couple of roaches run up his ramp as well. I mean, Crazymoving has played a wonderful game, by the way. Of course, you can say that it's risky opening up with a ton of Lings, but once he did get the first good engagement off, he's been really pouring on Nony under pressure, and he's just never stopped. Absolutely relentless aggression.
I mean, it's not like he went up to 80 drones.
No.
He just
he squeezed in 2 rotations, and then he just continued with aggression. And he was still microing all around. So I really like the way that Crazymoving has played this game.
Realized he was in a good position and just exerted that position. Even the sentry just barely being canceled there. Pylon goes down. And this will be the final moment. GG comes out of Nony. Crazymoving.
Take that first map very convincingly.
Yeah, very, very convincingly. So nice job by Crazymoving. Very frustrating game for Nony.
Yeah.
Dual Sight's a tough map to play against Zerg for a lot of reasons.
It definitely is, but I still feel the moment that he scouted that quick extractor and he saw that Crazymoving was mining gas already, I think that's kind of tricky. Then you should perhaps prepare yourself for a big speedling attack, or maybe even speedling baneling, like either of the two. You have to be a little bit more careful. When you know that speed is up that early, you know there's something to worry about.
Yeah, you're
and
exactly
it's really
right.
hard to scout as Protoss. Like, that's a problem that doesn't really apply anymore, because nowadays Zerg players go like quick 3 bases, so Protoss can actually see stuff early on. While back in the days, we shouldn't forget, Protoss was always complaining about the fact the moment speed was ready, Protoss just couldn't scout.
Yeah.
So you remember all those games on Selnaga Caverns where Protoss like tried to scout desperately, is that Roach Ling all incoming or not? And now you kind of forget about that because you play against 3 hedge styles all the time. But yeah, when you see quick speed, you have to worry about stuff like this, and Nony wasn't prepared. Dropped 2 force fields for like 6-7 links, and that was just not worth it.
Yeah, it really Maybe with perfect force fields he holds there, but when you lose force fields to those initial lings, it becomes just impossible. So that game brought to you guys by the good folks over at Epson Projectors, Epson.com, to check out their full line of products. We're going to kick it to a very short commercial break, and we'll be back with more Nony versus Crazymoving after this.